Hi, I'm Kaylin with Rocky Mountain Clay, and today we're going to talk about how to make a handle. It can be for a mug, a teapot, a pitcher, you name it. We're going to learn how to make a handle, and there's a few different ways to do it. You can do a slab, roll out a slab, and cut a strip out of it. The only problem with slab handles, in my opinion, is that slabs can get a little brittle. They tend to crack a little bit when you curve them. The edges can be kind of sharp unless you do some smoothing out on those, and I just don't think they're quite thick enough. They're really only a 1/4 inch thick usually when slab rollers are the ones to roll those out. You can extrude a handle if you have an extruder. They make specific bits to actually do that. You can even look online and there's ways to make your own handle extruder using a caulk gun and hollow tubes. You can also roll out a coil. In my opinion, with rolled coil handles, I just think the roundness of the coil sometimes can be a little uncomfortable to hold on to. So, with all that being said, today I'm going to teach you how to pull a handle. It's my favorite way to do it. I believe it's the most consistent, and it's kind of fun. Hopefully you can handle it. Alright, so when you start to make your handle, you want to start with a ball of clay. Okay, and then pack this ball just kind of by squashing the top of it to make it look kind of like a pear. Okay, and for your reference, the clay I'm using today is BMX by Rocky Mountain Clay. It's a mid-fire. Starts out white and then fires to be more of an ivory color when it reaches its full vitrification. It's my personal favorite. Just great to throw with, great to build with. Okay, and then what I did there is I kind of squashed the pear part to be thinner, just so that I have something to pull against. But I'm right-handed, so I'm going to hold on to it with my left hand like this. Okay, and then I'm going to be pulling this part here. Now, if you're watching this video to teach yourself how to pull a handle, you should be good to go. But if you are teaching middle schoolers or even high school freshmen, I wish you luck. This process is a little on the suggestive side, and you're going to get some giggles, so be warned. Okay, you also need a bucket of water, which I'm going to hold just directly below my handle. And then the part of my hand I'm going to be using is right here, this kind of crook of my hand. Not quite my fingertips yet, more right here. Okay? Get your hand wet. I'm going to squish on the sides and kind of pull this down to be thinner so that I can actually get my hand around it. Okay? And then I'm going to turn my hand this way and I'm going to pull what I would call the front and back of the handle. Okay? And then here are the sides. I'm going to pull the sides. Front and back, then the sides. Front and back, then the sides. Okay, get your hand wet again. Front and back, then the sides. Front and back, then the sides. Okay, and I'm pulling from this top part every time. And the idea is that you want this to stretch downwards to be a long, consistent handle. Sometimes it's okay for it to be a little thicker up here at the top than it is at the bottom. Mostly because that's where a lot of the stress is going to be in terms of when you pull or pick up your mug or whatever it is. You want this part to be a little thicker so that it can handle a little bit more stress. Okay, still pulling from the top and the sides, top and the sides, top and the sides, top and the sides. Okay, now what you have to be careful of is not to squish too hard and pull too hard at the same time, because it will rip, and the only thing you can do is start over. Okay, but as I'm getting closer to the thickness that I want here, what I'm going to do is pinch with my thumb and my forefinger and flatten what I have been calling the front and back. Okay, so you want it to be a little more flat here all the way down, okay, because that'll be a little more comfortable to hold on to. Okay, once you have the length that you want, all depending on the size of your mug, teapot, pitcher, whatever it is, I'm going to let it kind of curl over in my hand, and then with my thumb, pinch right there, okay, to pull off the part of the handle that I want to make. Okay, so there's my handle, and then I'm going to set this down on my table in the shape that I want in terms of what shape it's going to be sitting on the side of the mug. Thanks for watching today's video on how to pull a handle. If you're interested in learning how to attach the handle to your piece once it's been made, please watch Part B. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and tag us in your pictures using #RockyMountainClay.